Okay, welcome back to another video. Just like it shows in the title and the thumbnail, I am putting together a hammock camping setup with the tarp. I've got all the gear. It's pouring rain. I got the rain cover on my recently new backpack. I want to see how all the gear fits in there that I need for an overnighter or a 2-night hammock camping trip, which I'm hoping to get out to do soon. I'm also going to be testing out this lightweight new little raincoat. It's not listed as waterproof, but it is supposed to be very water resistant. It does have tape seams. It is made by Marmot. This is called the Precip raincoat. Testing out this jacket and the rest of the gear to do a proper hammock camping tarp setup in case you get caught in the pouring rain, because sometimes you can't help it. You're already too far out and that's it. You have to hunker down. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up in the pouring rain. Make sure I got all the stuff that I need to do this. Look at that. It's soaked out here. We're supposed to be getting like 30 mils of rain today. So let's just get right to it, all right? Well, let's take a little bit of shelter under the tree at least. We'll leave you there. I've already gone ahead and strung up my ridge line. I'll show you that after I get the full setup done. Okay, rain cover is on the pack. I'm underneath the tree. It's giving me a little bit of shelter. Typically what I do is I have the gear that I need on the outside, because I don't care if the tarp gets wet. Sleeping bag, air mattress, all that gear inside. I want it on the inside of the pack so it can stay dry. You got some lines tangled up here. I hate when that happens. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay guys, now I can slow down for a second. I've got my initial tarp set up. One side I've got coming down on a pretty sharp angle to give me protection, and then one side's flared out a little bit so I have a little bit more headspace. Let's get the hammock set up and keep this going. What I did was, and I mention it all the time, I forgot to even do it myself. Take a look. You can see here, this one is much lower than the other one. That way I don't get a big droop in the middle, and it's going to cause a lot of weight to come down on top of the tarp. So you always want to have your tarp so one side is angled, then all that rain is going to funnel off and you're not going to have it collapse on you. The other side I'm not so worried about because it's on such a sharp angle, all that water's just draining right off. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of drying of gear going on in the next couple days. The old green chillax hammock. I'm hoping it reaches. Okay. Give her a little test shot. A little low to the ground, but I'm not on the ground, which is fine. Okay, keep going. Why are you barking at me? Come here. Come here. Hi. Hello, cutie pie. Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes, hello. Hello. Oh, what are you doing? Well, the neighbor's dog came for a visit. I don't have any treats. No, no, get out of there. Get out of there. Okay, bye. I adjusted the height of the that's better. Now I've got an actual seat. The other one was too low. You can see I brought my folding table. For the size of this compact table and how much it weighs, it really weighs nothing at all. It's nice to be able to have some sort of table that's level, a cooking area, whatever it is you want to use it for, rather than having to do everything on the ground, especially as it's soaking wet. So for a tiny little unit that weighs nothing, for me, it's worthwhile to pack a little table like this. Now that we're covered, completely covered, this is working really well. I put the tarp up high enough that I can stand, or I'm just slightly hunched over. I readjusted the hammock so it's actually at seat height where the table is. Now my setup is good to go. Do you notice how much brighter it's getting? So sure enough, just as I finish setting this up, the rain is letting up, and off in the distance I can see some clear skies. So it is what it is. I mean, that would be the ideal conditions if you're out. I wanted to purposely set up in the rain to see what was gonna happen. So I'll probably just leave this set up so it all can dry. I'm gonna show you the full setup in a second. I do always bring some extra cordage, cordelette, a couple more carabiners that could come in handy. I always string a ridge line on top because then I can put a carabiner up here and I could hang stuff up. I could hang up my bag. I could hang up my jacket to dry as well. I did order, I have coming a bug net that actually clips to the ridge line that's going to drape down over top. So that's on its way. Then I'll be completely protected from the bugs. In the pack, I've got my air mattress, my lightweight summer sleeping bag, my little camp pot, and my micro stove that fits inside of here. I do have the fuel bottle in here. I mean, this is just a setup, a trial run. I'm not going to be doing any cooking right now. I do have 2 water bottles with me because I wanted to see how much space it takes up. And I did fill them with water so I can get an idea. So that's full of water right there. So I can get an idea of how much all of this is going to weigh. The pack I'm using is a 50-liter pack. Then of course I've got collapsible bowl, spork, and then whatever food that I would bring probably on a trip like this would be some dry foods, add some boiling water, and what other gear do I got in here? I've got room for some more clothing items. So that is more or less the setup for this hammock camping trial run in the rain. And look at how much brighter it's getting already. Like literally the blue sky is rolling in after this crazy storm. All that gear plus the hammock inside that 50-liter bag with room to spare. The trekking poles, I have room to put them on the side of the pack, or if it was rough terrain, then I would actually be using the poles. They come in handy for flaring out the tarp like I just did. And that's pretty much the setup. Now I'll show you what I've got going as far as the tarp setup. I did a video on this one before, but this is by Wisefly, and this one is specifically designed to go over hammock. You see how the ends flare out at the head and the feet. I've set up a ridge line, which is underneath here. It runs all the way down, which helps to keep it from sagging. I could put more tension on this ridge line and have it resting than the amount of tension that I want to put onto this itself. So I don't use this. I like that they actually put loops at the end. I got these nice little small carabiners. These come in really handy, just little accessory clips. I use a prusik on here to tension it up. What I've done here is I've gone around the tree. I've used a clove hitch to secure the beaner, and then this beaner is where I fed it through so I can put tension on it, and then I just tied it off right here, which works really well. Then you're not putting friction from rope onto rope. You can put the friction onto here, and if I need to, I can just undo this loop, I can give it another pull, and I can make this even tighter. I have webbing that goes over to the tree, to a beaner, daisy chain. The nice thing is it's got all of these loops, that way I can adjust it according to how much tension or how far apart this is spaced. Are you kidding me right now? 20 minutes ago this was just pouring rain. Okay, good, this stuff all can dry. So use the clove hitch to go around the peg. That won't slip, and then this is the tensioner where I can tighten it up. So I've mentioned a bunch of the knots that I used. So on the end where I had it looped around, I used a bowline that goes across around the tree. I've used a clove hitch, and I used a trucker hitch, and I've done short videos for all of these different types of knots, so make sure you check those out. It's 1 minute video showing you how to tie these. They're super simple, and once you get the hang of it, then it's really easy to do a setup like this that is going to stay secured, and the knots are easy to untie at the end. So make sure you check out those short videos that I've done. I also post a lot of that stuff on Instagram, which is the same title. It's Adventure Chris TV on Instagram. Go ahead and check that out. Post a bunch of photos from my adventures, and I upload a lot of those short videos on there as well. And so go ahead and check that out. One thing I do notice about this jacket is it's actually quite breathable, because look, I'm not soaked on the inside. Look at that. So my shirt is dry, except for the cuffs where it was sticking outside of my jacket, but the inside of this jacket is actually dry, and it's quite breathable. So for a non-specifically waterproof, it actually did really, really well. So I'm quite pleased with that Marmot Precip jacket. Get it nice and level. There we go. Look at that. Look at that perfect cooking space. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little video of the hammock and tarp setup. Now I'm really fine-tuning it for an upcoming adventure. I'm looking forward to the bug netting that is going to come in. That's going to give me more protection. And then in this one backpack, I'm good to go. I will see you on the next adventure. Okay, bye.